Hi and welcome back to my video series on noise desensitization. This is switched on, so at this point we're going to start switching this on. It's next to him, we're going to switch it on and we're going to start using it. This is not going to be a full use, it'll be just a touchy-feely use while it's on. So this will be a bit like the last one where we had it off and we were just getting the dog used to being touched. Depending on how close you had your vacuum to the dog and he was really comfortable, if it was 6 feet, you may just have to bring that a little bit closer and work on that, depending on the length of your hose. I got Koji right up next to it. The other advantage I've got with this vacuum that you may or may not have is an adjustment control, so I can adjust the power down and up. So if you've got a switch or a control like that, that's terrific. As you can see by the brush, he's starting to blow his coat. It's just touching him with it has done this. So again, this is all very similar. This is going to be just slow movements. I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to make a fuss about it. I'm not going to baby him. Little interaction, little talking. I won't be able to say much while this is on because you simply won't hear me. But I'm going to have it on. It's going to be about halfway and I'll see how he goes with that noise and how he interacts with me touching with it on, and then I'll make adjustments there. And I'll probably even just put this under my knee here so he can't just take off if he reacts. I don't think he'll get that frightened down low, but I'm not 100% confident, so I'll be careful. Alright, so I'll switch this on. Again, just pay attention to the way I interact with the dog, both verbally and physically. And then I'll run through this again quickly because I won't be able to talk my way through it. I'll run through it quickly so you'll get an idea of how you've got to work with the dog. And I'll come back and finish up, and then I'll go off and work with the dog until he's 100%. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so that's how you're going to go. It's just barely touching him. Occasionally it does go a bit closer as it sucks in. But as you can see, I'm just going about it like it's just something I've got to do. There's no big drama. I'm not pulling tight on the lead. I'm not making a fuss about it. My communication was to let him know that was good when he relaxed. Alright, as you can see, he's a little tentative about taking the treat at the time, so that means he's a little anxious, a little stressed. So it's just the moment I felt him just relax a little bit, I would tell him, good boy, and then he would relax a little bit more, enough to take the treat, and I would then again mark that yes, good. And so I would mark each time that he just chilled a little bit. So even if he doesn't understand, you know, what I'm marking him for sometimes, he'll start to realise that every time he just takes a breath, I go, yes. I go, good, and you mark that, and the dog starts to realise, hey, just, I get a treat, and it's not so bad. And again, I'm holding on to that treat, I'm making him work for it a little bit, which keeps him occupied and takes the stress off that, so it makes it more background noise for him. So even though he was still just a little bit anxious, he's not stressing out. He never once tried to get up or go. He didn't pull on the lead or anything like that. If he did that, I would need to step back and I'd need to slow down and I'd need to go back through things with him. Alright, because then he's getting too stressed. A little discomfort's okay, as long as you can still get the attention of the dog, and as long as you can get him taking a treat. If he's refusing all treats and not really paying much attention to you or no attention to you, he's too stressed. So stop, don't make a fuss, just stop, give him a break, have a game of something, little walk, anything, just to chill him out, come back, but start at the previous level and go back over because he's not ready. A little bit of discomfort like you saw there is okay, as long as you can coax him into taking a treat, and as long as you can coax him into paying attention to you, and as long as you can get him to relax. Even if he gets a little bit anxious and then relaxes, a little bit anxious and then relaxes. That's okay because he'll work on that and he'll get better at it. And that's what I'm going to do with him now. I'm going to keep working on that with him until he's much more comfortable. And then I'll come back and we'll start using it like we would be properly. Now he won't be 100%. That's going to take, at his current rate of improvement, I'd expect him to be 100%. This just be an everyday occurrence with him, probably within a few days to a week. He'll still be, at full one, he'll still have that reaction. He'll still be just a little bit, oh, I'm not sure if I like this, a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous at different times. But he'll still be taking treats, he'll still be paying attention. As he realises more and more that it's not hurting and it's not a bother, he'll get better with it. The other thing you can do at this point is simply move the vacuum away from him a little bit. The other trick you could do is put the motor side of the vacuum in a door, close the door over so there's enough room for the hose to get out, and that'll muffle the noise a little bit as well. So that's another way you can do it to make it more comfortable. So if you're having trouble getting your dog at this point, you could try that. Just put this in behind the door, close the door, and so there's just enough room for the hose, and then you could do it that way, and also keeping this at a little bit of distance. Also muffles the noise a little bit, so it makes it a little bit nicer for the dog. Alright, I hope this helps. We'll see you in the final one.